Hello friends, through this video we will learn the important topic from project management as Pmbok. That is Project Management Book of Knowledge, or the concept of project management framework. If you like the video, please do share it and subscribe the channel. The 9 things in Pmbok. An area of project management defined by its knowledge requirements and described in terms of its associated process, practices, inputs, outputs, tools, and techniques. Identified knowledge areas, the things. 1. Project integration management. 2. Project scope management. 3. Project time management. 4. Project cost management. 5. Project quality management. 6. Project human resource management. 7. Project communications management. 8. Project risk management. 9. Project procurement management. 1. What is Pmbok Guide? Pmbok Guide is a recognized standard for the project management profession. 2. What is a standard? A standard is a formal document that describes established norms, methods, processes, and practices. 3. How did it evolve? The knowledge contained in this standard evolved from the recognized good practices of project management practitioners who contributed to the development of this standard. Pmbok Guide Layout. Chapter 01 and 02. 1. Provides an introduction to key concepts in the project management field. Chapter 03. 1. It's the standard for project management. 2. It summarizes the processes, inputs, and outputs that are considered good practices on most projects most of the time. Chapter 04, 12. 1. Are the guide to the project management body of knowledge. 2. They expand on the information in the standard by describing the inputs and outputs as well as tools and techniques used in managing projects. 1. The Pmbok Guide provides guidelines for managing individual projects. 2. The Pmbok Guide. 1. It defines project management and related concepts, and 2. It describes the project management life cycle and the related processes. Purpose of the Pmbok Guide. 1. The increasing acceptance of project management indicates that the application of appropriate knowledge, processes, skills, tools, and techniques can have a significant impact on project success. 2. The Pmbok Guide identifies that subset of the project management body of knowledge which is generally recognized as good practice. 1. What does generally recognized mean? It means the knowledge and practices described are applicable to most projects most of the time, and there is consensus about their value and usefulness. 2. What does good practice mean? It means there is general agreement that the application of these skills, tools, and techniques can enhance the chances of success over a wide range of projects. 1. Good practice does not mean that the knowledge described should always be applied uniformly to all projects. 2. The organization and/or project management team is responsible for determining what is appropriate for any given project. 1. Common vocabulary. The Pmbok Guide also provides and promotes a common vocabulary within the project management profession for discussing, writing, and applying project management concepts. Such a standard vocabulary is an essential element of a professional discipline. 2. Foundational project management reference. The Project Management Institute, PMI, views this standard as a foundational project management reference for its professional development programs and certifications. 1. PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct. In addition to the standards that establish guidelines for project management processes, tools, and techniques, the PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct guides practitioners of the profession of project management and describes the expectations practitioners have of themselves and others. What is a project? Definition. 1. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. 2. Temporary endeavor with a definite beginning and end. 3. The end is reached when a. The project's objectives have been achieved, or b. When the project is terminated because its objectives will not or cannot be met, or c. When the need for the project no longer exists. Examples of projects. Examples of projects include, but are not limited to: 1. Developing a new product or service. 2. Effecting a change in the structure, staffing, or style of an organization. 3. Developing or acquiring a new or modified information system. 4. Constructing a building or infrastructure, or 5. Implementing a new business process or procedure. What is project management? Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. How is project management accomplished? 1. Project management is accomplished through the appropriate application and integration of the 42 logically grouped project management processes. 2. The 42 project management processes are logically grouped into 5 process groups. 3. These process groups are: 1. Initiating. 2. Planning. 3. Executing. 4. Monitoring and controlling, and 5. Closing. What does a project typically include? 1. Identifying requirements. 2. Addressing the various needs, concerns, and expectations of stakeholders as the project is planned and carried out. 3. Balancing the competing project constraints including, but not limited to, scope, quality, schedule, budget, resources, and risk. Project Management Office, PMO. 1. Definition. PMO is an organizational body or entity assigned various responsibilities related to the centralized and coordinated management of those projects under its domain. 2. Responsibility of PMO. The responsibilities of a PMO can range from providing project management support functions to actually being responsible for the direct management of a project. 3. Key point. The projects supported or administered by the PMO may not be related, other than by being managed together. Key points. 1. The specific form, function, and structure of a PMO is dependent upon the needs of the organization that it supports. 2. A PMO may be delegated the authority to act as an integral stakeholder and a key decision maker during the beginning of each project, to make recommendations, or to terminate projects or take other actions as required to keep business objectives consistent. 3. In addition, the PMO may be involved in the selection, management, and deployment of shared or dedicated project resources. Project Management Office. Primary function. To support project managers in a variety of ways which may include, but are not limited to: 1. Managing shared resources across all projects administered by PMO. 2. Identifying and developing project management methodology, best practices, and standards. 3. Coaching, mentoring, training, and oversight. 4. Monitoring compliance with project management standards, policies, procedures, and templates via project audits. 5. Developing and managing project policies, procedures, templates, and other shared documentation, and 6. Coordinating communication across projects. PMO and project managers have different roles. 1. The project manager focuses on the specified project objectives, while the PMO manages major program scope changes which may be seen as potential opportunities to better achieve business objectives. 2. The project manager controls the assigned project resources to best meet project objectives, while the PMO optimizes the use of shared organizational resources across all projects. 3. The project manager manages the constraints, scope, schedule, cost, and quality, etc., of the individual projects, while the PMO manages the methodologies, standards, overall risk/opportunity, and interdependencies among projects at the enterprise level. 1. The PMBOK guide is the standard for managing most projects most of the time across many types of industries. 2. This standard describes the project management processes, tools, and techniques used to manage a project toward a successful outcome. 3. This standard is unique to the project management field and has interrelationships to other project management disciplines such as program management and portfolio management. 4. Project management standards do not address all details of every topic. 1. This standard is limited to single projects and the project management processes that are generally recognized as good practice. 2. Other standards may be consulted for additional information on the broader context in which projects are accomplished. 3. Management of programs is addressed in the standard for program management, and management of portfolios is addressed in the standard for portfolio management. 4. Examination of an enterprise's project management process capabilities is addressed in Organizational Project Management Maturity Model. 1. Project phases and project life cycle. 1. Each project is unique enterprise. 2. Phases can involve a degree of uncertainty. 3. Each project phase is marked by completion of one or more deliverables. 4. A deliverable is a tangible, verifiable work product. 5. The project life cycle serves to define the beginning and the end of a project. 2. Project stakeholders. 1. Are individuals and organizations who are actively involved in the project. 2. Whose interests can have positive or negative influence on project execution and project completion. Project manager, customer, performing organization, sponsor. Organizational influences. Project is influenced by the organizational systems, cultures, style and structure of organization that set up the project. 2. Key general management skills: leading, communicating, negotiating, problem solving. 3. Socioeconomic influences: standards and regulations, internationalization, cultural influence. One. Project management processes are concerned with describing and organizing the work of the project. 2. Product-oriented processes are concerned with specifying and Creating the project products. 1. Process groups. Initiating processes, recognize when project or phase should begin. Planning processes, designing and maintaining a scheme which leads to successful accomplishment of a project. Executing processes, coordinating people and resources to carry out the plan. Controlling processes, monitoring and measuring progress and taking corrective actions when necessary. Closing processes, analyzing acceptance of the project or phase and bringing it to an end. 1. Project integration management. Ensure that various elements of the project are properly coordinated and integrated. Processes, project plan development, project plan execution, overall change control. 2. Project scope management. Ensure that the project includes all the work required, and only work required, to complete the project successfully. Processes, initiation, scope planning, scope definition, scope verification, scope change control. 3. Project time management. Ensure timely completion of the project. Processes, activity definition, activity sequencing, activity duration estimating, schedule development, schedule control. 1. Project cost management. Ensure that the project is complete within the approved budget. Processes, resource planning, cost estimating, cost budgeting, cost control. 2. Project quality management. Ensure that the project will satisfy the requirements. Processes, quality planning, quality assurance. Quality control. 1. Project communication management. Ensure timely and appropriate generation, collection, storage, and ultimate disposition of project information. Processes. Communications planning, information distribution, performance reporting, administrative closure. 2. Project risk management. Concerned with identifying, analyzing, and responding to project risk. Maximizing the results of positive events. Minimizing the consequences of negative events. Processes, risk identification, risk quantification, risk response development, risk response control. 1. Project procurement management. Acquire goods and services from outside the performing organization. Processes, procurement planning, solicitation planning, solicitation, source selection, contract administration, contract closeout. 2. Project human resources management. Make the most effective use of people involved with the project. Processes, organizational planning, staff acquisition, team development. Old saying. To break the rules, first you have to know the rules. Thank you for watching the video. If you like it, please do share it and subscribe the channel.